Central Africa. Rod.
Postage stamps, one of the little things in life we don't give it a lot of thought to, but joining us now to talk about his designs for a new collection is artist Michel Tuffery. You've put in a lot of thought, haven't you, Michael?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me how long it's taken you to come up with the concept and then to actually put it into fruition.
I'd say it had to be a quick turnaround, about 3 months.
Right.
Yeah.
And what happened? The Postal Service approached you, and you were the chosen artist to the commemoration, isn't it, of Samoa and New Zealand?
Yep. It was Rick Allison, and he basically came. They approached me while I was in the middle of a job, asked me if I wanted to do the job, and I actually just said, "Oh, of course I'm going to say yes." It was this part of that special moment, the 50th anniversary of independence for Samoa, and then also the friendship between Aotearoa and Samoa.
This isn't the kind of stuff you normally do. Do you normally work on a much larger scale? You think of a postage stamp, I mean, it's slightly bigger than my thumbnail.
Yeah.
Was that kind of daunting for you?
No, I've always been into stamps because my father actually had an amazing stamp collection. So when you get the old magnifying glass, there's all these little fonts and little images in the background. So when I was asked, I just jumped at it. You know, I thought it was quite appropriate.
So you were already inspired from that. What other inspiration did you get? Did you look back at some of those old designs and did you go to Samoa and sort of take some of the culture from there as well?
I was aware of it like 25 years ago when I went to the anniversary in Samoa, and I was always familiar with the architecture, and that's what really actually got me fascinated with it. And living in Wellington, I mean, there again is the great architecture, and then I was looking at Samoa and Falaise and the relationship between the two governments, and just looking at the different lines, but then also looking at old photographs. And there's these beautiful combs that the women used to wear, and that's actually what inspired me, because that sort of art form's almost like disappeared. So I thought this would be appropriate, just going back to when New Zealand came into contact and took over Samoa at that time, in 1914.
And there's a metaphor going on there as well for you combing through history.
Yeah, I thought, well, no hair, but yeah.
No, I like that.
I thought it was perfect.
So you're Kiwi, you're born in New Zealand?
Yes.
But your heritage is from Samoa, yeah?
Yeah, from my mum's side. Yeah.
Have you always embraced that, or did it take you a while?
I think it was just a given, because our house was like a hotel, so we had different nationalities living with us. Only supposed to be staying for a week or two, and 3 or 4 months later they're still there, but there was all the different languages going through our house. So it was a really interesting background, and then Dad and Mum took us back to Samoa. I was only probably about 11, and I had my first experience of being in Samoa as a kid, being overwhelmed by the heat and the smells and all that sort of carry on, and then having a little fight with the mosquitoes.
Well, look, these are absolutely beautiful, these combs that you were mentioning. Just break one down for us. Say that one behind you there.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's fairly self-explanatory. You're moulding the two cultures together and the politics of the two cultures as well.
I think it's that marriage and trying to find the metaphors behind it, especially with the Samoan whale, and that was a significant area at Molinuu, where New Zealand took over at that time from Germany, and I thought I was looking at the actual architecture and relating the shape to the beehive, and I thought it was quite appropriate about the two governments, and especially with the friendship of their 50th anniversary, I thought it was quite appropriate to marry the two together. So I was looking at little symbolisms to sort of create the story. So the more and more you look at the stamps, if you get a little magnifying glass, have a look, you'll see there's nice little stories in the background, not just at the front, but in the background as well.
How popular are stamps? I mean, this is a commemorative edition, and I understand it's been really well taken on. Lots of people have gone nuts for these stamps. We've sold them out already yesterday. They went crazy. But we don't use them much, do we, with the internet and things like that?
Yeah, it's a personal thing at the end of the day. You know, it's that little intimate thing. You know, it's sort of romantically, you know, putting it on the postcard. Like we were in Samoa, you sort of put the stamp on there and you send it off. I know that's old school. I know the internet's the instant sort of gratification, but there's nothing better than sort of receiving a personal note from whānau or friends or that sort of carrying, because there's got these beautiful postcards where I was sort of working some of the ideas from.
Tell me about the commemorative coin as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. That was actually overwhelmingly, I sort of felt quite honoured to actually be even asked to do the coin, and I sort of panicked because there was a coin before that had a piece of punamu in it. And then when I was asked to do it, I sort of was stressing out a little bit, but I had actually been there in Samoa on the 25th anniversary, so I'd already worked out a design in my head. And so I'm trying to incorporate the architecture, the symbolism behind it, the tattooing, so all this sort of carry on. And when John Keys and Tuiga, the Samoan Prime Minister, had a little looks, it went down really, really well. And basically they're just all gone, unfortunately.
They're gone. There was a limited number.
There was
of
only
the
1,000,
coins.
that was basically it.
Some strange twist of fate, the coin was actually, what do you call it, smelted or moulded or whatever? Minted in Germany.
And so how ironic, you know, we were talking about a trilogy relationship between Aotearoa, Samoa and Germany. So I thought, perfect story.
Would you like to take on another project like this again in the future, or was it because it was Samoa and your connections to that that made you want to do it? Would you do it for another kind of stamp?
Yeah, no, it's opened my, you know, my mind. I mean, the team at the New Zealand Post did a fantastic job. You know, Simon just had a great staff behind, down to the presentation of the coin, to the stamps. So they actually helped me go through that process. So, I mean, I have to say congratulations to New Zealand Post, because they did a fantastic job as far as, like, guiding me through it slowly. So I'd be actually quite honoured, again, to do something else at the same time, yeah.
Well, I think they're tremendous. The attention to detail is staggering. I mean, it's like you say, there's multiple stories on multiple levels there. The more you look, the more you see.
Yeah.
Thanks ever so much for coming in and showing us today.
Thank you. Cheers.
Awesome. Now, we have a special presentation packs to give away to you stamp collectors out there. Head to the competition area of our website for details. But I think Jeanette's got some sweet treats.